here. Whenever you get that kind of energy in the western U.S. this time of the year, sometimes you have to worry about severe weather, although severe weather hasn't been a whole lot so far this year. Now, joining me right now is AccuWeather severe weather expert Guy Pearson from our Severe Weather Center in Wichita, Kansas. And you know, Guy, what a difference a year makes as far as severe weather. Let's first talk about this number. So far, 70 reports of tornadoes so far this year. The historical average is 88. And that may sound a little low given the fact that for much of the country it's been pretty warm. The reasoning so far why severe weather has been so, let's say, minimal to start the year.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Yes. I mean, well, yes, certainly what a year in time makes. You know, we got into lots of warmth last early in the season, and especially the first couple months, 2 or 3 months of the year last year. We had plenty of moisture, we had plenty of warmth, and the dynamics of the storm system all coming together and creating what seemed like severe weather event after severe weather event, producing that 193 tornadoes through this time frame. This year, we've had much more colder air in place over especially the, central part of the United States, which is really compressed and really confined that severe weather setup to really right along the immediate Gulf Coast here the last month and a half.
All right, different pattern as we head into next week, a big dip in the jet stream here across the western United States. Let's talk about the ingredients first for why we think there's severe weather. And it begins with this kind of warmth, Guy. And, in Wichita, for example, you're going to close in at 80 degrees. 80 degrees in February. This is more like mid to late May.
Yeah, it is. And, living out here in the plains, it seems like it has been always up and down, but noticeably here, especially most of January, the first week of February, we were pretty cold. And just over the last week and a half or two, we finally got into some of those hints of 60s and 70 degree type temperatures. And as you bring that heat back, you also bring the additional moisture. And now we finally start to throw a system coming in from the west and from the southwest. And now we're going to put all those ingredients together.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Look at the energy now. Here's the problem we have, Guy, with this energy here. There is a little uncertainty still on the depth and strength of this upper level feature as it pushes across the northern Rockies Tuesday and then into the Plain States on Wednesday.
Yeah, certainly. There's the different model guidance we're looking at and everything. It is the weather pattern is setting up. It's a matter of, all right, how strong are our dynamics on the northern half of that? And then how do everything come together? We've talked about our negative tilted troughs in the past. This one's a little more what we call neutral to positive tilt, right? To where we have all kinds of dynamics and we've got moisture to work with. But do all the pieces come together just right, to really define a huge outbreak or not?
Let's talk about our outbreak for Tuesday, or let's talk about the decision-making here of making an area as early as Tuesday from Milwaukee toward Shreveport, the decision behind this.
Yeah, so certainly the decision behind this is the area that we've got our warm temperatures back in place. We've got the moisture coming back up from the Gulf, so we have all that firmly in place. And then the dynamics, as we saw there at the 500 millibar level coming across, all those clashing together is really going to bring a decent shot of severe weather from especially Springfield to Chicago, that's Springfield, Missouri to Chicago, Illinois. And but anywhere along this line in the front, as it does shift east and south with time, you need to pay attention for severe weather on these time frames.
The thought is that Wednesday's the day, Guy, right? Bigger area, faster moving system.
Yeah, it's being that far out. It's certainly Wednesday is another concerning day. And as that energy moves across, we have, there's probably potentially more people impacted as things start to shift east. We hit more cities with more people. And as that starts to shift east and run faster with time, right? If our line of storms goes into a squall line and is moving fairly rapidly, then it's going to have that potential to impact more people on Wednesday than maybe what it does on Tuesday.
All right, AccuWeather severe weather expert Guy Pearson joining us from Wichita, Kansas, our Severe Weather Center. Thanks for joining us, Guy. and we'll keep up to date with you as we go through the rest of this week.